Hey, good morning. This is Paul.
Hey, Paul. How you doing today?
I'm doing well, thanks. How can I help you?
My name's Mark. I'm with PerfectGardens.com.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, brother. I had a couple questions around your products. Would you be the man to speak to about it?
I could very well be. Yeah, which products were there?
Well, it's just actually something in general. I'm a YouTuber. I'm doing a product review on your product. First, I like your products. So that being
Yeah, which
said,
product? Sorry, we make a few products.
Oh, the Gaia Green. I apologize.
Okay, perfect. Yep.
And I just kind of wanted to get a basic rundown on your products, overall, your manufacturing practices, and kind of what you guys are all about, and hear it from you.
Okay, and where are you calling from?
I'm in Colorado right now, but we're in
Okay, and sorry, your company is called what?
PerfectGardens.com.
PerfectGardens.com. So let me ask you, what are you looking for from us?
I am doing a product review for my YouTube channel.
Okay.
And so I'm giving you a call. I've already done a couple of reviews on you guys. I'm just giving you a call and getting some more information.
Okay. Well, so if you have some questions that you wanted to ask me, I have no problems answering questions, but I don't really have the time to sit and do a little interview. Do you have any questions direct that you know that you wanted to ask of the company, or do you want me to maybe leave you to collect some questions and give me a call back in a bit?
No, I can kind of just wing it from with you guys. So what?
Sure.
How about your manufacturing practices? What makes you different from the rest?
Well, in Canada, there is no rest. And from what we can tell in the States, there is no rest. I mean, we don't really focus on the rest. We focus on what we do. And so what we do is offer fully certified organic amendment and blended fertilizers to organic growers.
Okay, so like your alfalfa mill or your oyster shell flour, that type of stuff, how well is it emulsified?
Emulsified being like how coarse is it? Is it a flour? Is it a...
Exactly.
So we have two different types of product that we use. We have a few, in our blends, which would be our 444 and our 284 and our glacial rock dust and our rock dust blend. In some cases, we use slightly different materials, but for the most part, most of our materials are going to have a slight coarseness to them. So they won't be very thick, but they won't be a flour.
Oh, no, okay. That's good for bioavailability when you're making microbiology. So where do you guys source your materials? Do you guys source your materials pretty much in Canada, or do you guys ship them in from other places?
A number of products come from a number of places. So no, they're not all sourced in Canada by any.
Okay.
So they all are packaged in Canada.
And the way I kind of see your company, you guys basically separate it all out for the most part. I know you guys have a few all-purpose products.
One all-purpose product.
One all-purpose, and then you have a power bloom, so you kind of help the growers do it for them. But for the most part, the way you guys have set things up is you want the grower to kind of figure out their own blend and amend all their own stuff. Is that kind of correct?
No, we're providing the grower with what we feel is the ultimate blend. That's the 444 and the 284. Those are our recipes. Those are our patented formulas. To us, it's going to be the best source of guaranteed nutrition for plant growth, of any stage of plant growth, combining those products. Now, if there are growers, and this is what we found, was that there were growers that came to us saying, hey, you guys make a really nice blended product, but I do my own thing, and I'm really having a hard time finding alfalfa meal, or oyster shell flour, or rock phosphate. So years ago, when the company was founded after creating those blended products, they realized that there was definitely a large market for amendments as well. Because there are, like you said, a number of people that have their own recipe. They might only be doing certain vegetables. They might be doing only certain flours. And so based on soil testing and instructions and whatnot, you end up with people that are looking for their own amendment to do their own gardens their own way. So we have two options. We have the one that we call our own recipes, which is our blended products. And then we also have all the amendments available for people to do their own organic testing and trials and formulas.
So to just hear this correctly, that your Power Bloom ingredients are a composition of the other products you have, or it's its own blend, and then you source these individual products and package them? So
the company is over 30 years old. I don't know if you've done your research to...
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay, so the first products that were created were the 444 and 284. Basically, grow and bloom.
Yep.
Okay.
No,
so
I understand that. That's why I was just kind of wondering, these two, the all-purpose and the Power Bloom, are they their own ingredients or a combination of what you have sourced down below, your Wortham-Castings, your glacial rock, your soluble seaweed?
Yeah, I mean, we're not leaving anything out, and we can't because we're in Canada, and Canada deems that we put everything on the label. So if you go to the label online, like for example, if you were to research our products online and go to the all-purpose online on our product profile page, it would list every single ingredient. And what you would notice is that we use every ingredient that's in our amendment line in our 444 and in our 284. We don't tell you what the levels are because that's our proprietary formula. You know, it'd be like KFC giving the 11 herbs and spices, or any of these other proprietary formulas that companies have worked on. So we have those formulas. We use all the amendments in those formulas, but then we also sell all the amendments independently for people that want to make them themselves, or for people that also make compost teas. I can think of probably 4 or 5 of our products that are used on a regular basis for people that make compost teas. So it's just enabling the organic grower to have the amendments, organic amendments available to do what they need based on their soil or plant.
Perfect. That's exactly what I was asking, exactly the way you answered that.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Cool.
Okay, so besides that, do you guys offer your products here in the United States?
They are just launching in the States. We've got 2 distributors who will be flooding the retail markets very soon. So depending on where you are, I mean, if you're in Colorado, absolutely, the product will be available very soon. We've gone with the 2 largest distributors in the United States for both capacity with regards to East and West Coast distribution, and also with regards to their customer alignment. We've got one of them that's very, very heavy in the hydroponic and indoor scene, and then another distributor that is not only in that scene, but also very strong in the traditional garden market, garden centers, etc.
What companies are those?
Are you a retailer?
Yes, perfectgardens.com.
Perfect. So do you purchase from BFG Garden Supply?
BFG, let me write that down. FG. No, I don't, but...
Okay. How about Hydrofarm?
Hydrofarm, I don't buy from Hydrofarm, but it's okay too. Hydrofarm's okay. Just to give you a heads up, Hydrofarm's good, and they're kind of like they've been around for a long time.
They've been a distributor of ours for 24 years, so don't worry, we know them all very well.
Okay.
And BFG used to be a number of people at the BFG team used to be with BWG Wholesale, Bloomington Wholesale Garden Supplies.
Absolutely. And they
so we chose them. Yeah, they got bought out by BFG.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and then BFG also just bought some big company L&L, I think, in California.
Yeah, I know L&L.
Yeah, so L&L is now property of BFG. So BFG will be taking over all 9 of their DCs in California.
Okay.
Or 7, or however many they are. So, yeah, we haven't gone with anybody else at this point. Both of those companies have carried our other product, GrowTech, for a number of years, and we have a very good relationship with both of them. So, yeah, at this point, we're waiting for them to bring stock in. I think BFG stock is arriving not this week, maybe next week. It's basically on its way, and the Hydrofarm order is being placed. So it'll probably be in stock with them, I would guess, by the end of June at the latest. There was a bit of holdup with the U.S. government, just to give you a heads up on that. 444 and 284, we are just waiting on the final declaration from them to be able to be sold as organic certified. But we anticipate that to be coming down the pike any time now. So.
Okay, cool. I appreciate all the information. Thank you very much. This is helpful.
You bet. Are you guys on Instagram at all?
I'm a YouTuber. You could check out Perfect Gardens TV. Right now our channel is around 17,000 subscribers.
Okay. So no other social?
No, I focus mostly on just YouTube.
Okay. Well, if you are ever poking on Instagram and you want to connect with me that way, my account is open, and it's basically what I'm doing in my work world. So whether it's my GrowTech stuff, Gaia Green stuff, weed I'm smoking, food I'm eating, growing, facilities I'm visiting, stores I'm seeing, you want to hit me up through messaging. I mean, it's probably the easiest way to get to me, but if you've got my phone number and this works for you too, then feel free to hit me up if you got any other questions.
What's your Instagram?
Gonzo Ponics.
Okay. Got it.
And then, it says _GrowTech _ Gaia Green.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. If I get set up on Instagram, I will link up with you.
Cool beans. And sorry, what was your name again, man?
Mark Botwell.
Mark, perfect. I'll check out that Perfect Gardens TV. And are you guys doing any organic growing? Is that your guys' thing, or?
Well, I've been in the industry for 10, 12 years, kind of done it all pretty much. Everything from commercial growing to, we did a $39 million hemp deal 3 years ago to everything. So now pretty much I just focus on my YouTube channel about a couple hours every morning, and just the whole Corona thing's altered and shifted the industry in different ways. And
so what is your YouTube channel about? What do you do on your YouTube channel?
Oh, basically I just do, I answer questions for the growers. So they post and I answer another question, and I got about 300 videos of grow coaching. And then I offer...
Okay, so live growing kind of thing?
No, not live growing. Just they ask a question, and then I go in there and I thoroughly answer it. So it could be a 5-minute response to a 20-minute response by individually answer pretty much almost each and every single question these growers have. And then I offer grow coaching, and then also our retail store, and then we have a product line as well. So I've been in the industry 10, 11, 12 years now. So it's just kind of like everyone else, just adding on little things here or there that, little niches, and just making a little money here or there on the industry. But I'm not, and it's just, it's always been making me money for 10, 12 years now. So I keep providing some energy to it.
Cool. Can I ask you a question?
Sure, of course.
What stopped you from, or what made you decide to do a instructional video minus plants, minus actual live growing? Did you...
Oh, well, in 2000...
obviously you've grown before, so it's not a big deal for you, but do you ever get asked questions, like people saying, like, hey, can you show me what your garden's looking like, or is there any, is that ever a thing, or...
Well, no, not really, because I have a pretty intense reputation in the industry.
Okay, cool.
2012...
So this is all reputation-driven?
Reputation-driven, absolutely. So in 2012, we still have on record the largest indoor grow facility ever rated before the turn of the market. So
brother. That's awesome, dude.
It was a mushroom farm that was busted in Watsonville, California, and then while I was still in investigation, I set up a half-acre grow that produced about 5,000 pounds before I shut it down. And then I got into extraction for about 3 years of my life, and we developed a new water extraction method for large industrial extraction for the hemp industry. But the hemp industry kind of, inflated and collapsed really quickly. Yeah. So, but in that time,
all those hemp states went legal cannabis. So that kind of kills things, right?
It did. It's constantly altering. But in that time period, we set up and completed the largest hemp deal ever done in the world to our understanding. That was a $39 million hemp deal. That was 800,000 pounds. That was 2.5 years ago.
Was that anywhere near Oklahoma?
It was over in Oregon, in Colorado.
Okay, yeah.
Between two farm in Oregon and an extraction company in Colorado. So I've been a guy in the background, but I haven't broken a law in the last 6 years. 5 years. Man, I'm picking up everything that you're putting down, and I figured that was where you were going with it. Is even though it's state, you get caught on video with anything like that, and that's big time. You know what I mean? All my information I've released is past statute of limitations. Since we were busted,
beautiful.
That was I got through the whole legal process on that. So now I basically I have 3 kids now, so I just my armor's been chinked a little bit. I've worked with some of the worst psychopaths in this industry and some of the best ones too. And now I've survived it. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to just evolve. I
hear that, man.
If that makes sense.
No, I hear you loud and clear, man. I'm picking up everything you're putting down. Don't worry. I love it. I love it a lot.
So the channel says it all. I talk about my military experience. I used to do search and rescue in the military. I used to do war on drugs on heroin prior to getting into this. And then it's really interesting. You trained to kick the door down on people, and then you get your door kicked down, 5-6 years later. It is a major trip, because you see the world in a completely different aspect.
Roles reversed completely.
Yeah, so it's just, just like I said earlier, just trying to evolve myself and bring some more light to this industry. I've seen it all, know all these owners, not all of them, but I know a lot of them. They've known me, or they've heard of me, or they've heard my reputation. And I don't really grow much anymore. Boulder, Colorado. Yeah, I'm trying to just stay ahead. I ended up doing an aquaponics cannabis grow in year-round outdoors in Colorado, which was intense for 2 years, dealing with all the weather conditions. Just advancing myself in different ways, but the industry has definitely taken its toll on me. And so I have some intense PTSD to the situation, and I'm trying to find the 100% way of legal money through this industry, not putting my family in danger or things that people can come in and take all my shit away again, because that's happened 2-3 years ago. You ever
seen the movie War Dogs?
I have to look that up. I'm not sure. What is it about?
Based on a true story. 2 dudes find out that there's military contracts to the U.S. where they can be picking up and selling all sorts of military stuff. And they make, 50 cents. They're bidding on contracts making 50 cents a grenade, but they're selling like 2 million grenades. To me, it's like what, in a way, it's not what you're doing, but it's the way of trying to, find the hustle that's not going to stand out, but it's still going to feed.
Exactly.
It's like the thought of like, it's nice to be at $1,000 a plate dinner and be all dressed up and, getting your food on. But I mean, you can get just as full at a tapas restaurant that's only serving little pieces, right? You know what I mean? You get a little bit of everything, and it all adds up to the big picture. It's where do you want to be? Do you want to be the guy who's known to be $1,000 a plate person, or do you want to be in the background, mixing in with the other 1,000 people who are still getting the cake, but just, not having their picture plastered everywhere?
You hit it on the dot. And just to give a little more background, my parents developed the systems and processes for harvesting, packaging, and distributing lettuce back in the 70s. So when they came into Monterey, California, the cap was harvesting about 1,500 pounds of lettuce an hour. They couldn't go past it because they couldn't harvest it fast enough. It couldn't be cooled at certain temperatures. Yep. There's lots of problems. And in 17 years, my parents took it to close to 65,000 pounds an hour of also mixed greens, chopping things up, just figuring out the process of how to do it. And my point is that our family, in the course of 40 years, our family takes a lot of responsibility, because if we didn't help that process, we wouldn't be able to harvest as much food as we're doing now. And that means more implementation of fertilizers, petrochemicals, all these other things that our family has really realized, like we've been in some level, we have kind of really hurt our society in many levels because of the things we helped allow to happen, because we helped figure out certain massive food industrial problems. And my point is that one of the reasons why I like your company is because how you guys are approaching things. You're feeding the soil and you're bringing life back into the soil. It does seem like you guys have stuck to some core values over the course of 30 years, which is sometimes very difficult. I know a lot of companies might be like, hey, let's throw this in there. Let's get a cheap look, or let's make the plants are going to look great. The growers will never know. And it just seems like you have, in some level, have held integrity for a number of years. So I wanted to
thank you.
Say,
we try to keep integrity at the forefront. Let's just say that. I mean, we sell GrowTech, our other brand, in 24 different countries internationally that we know of, and we don't change formulas just to meet certain guidelines. South America, for example, has some of the most stringent heavy metal laws for fertilizers.
Oh no!
And there's a number of companies that have tried to get their product into South America, but they aren't allowed because they got to reformulate. Well, we made it into South America first time around. One, because we didn't have heavy metals in our formulas, but two, even if we didn't, we're not going to recreate something for that. And to take it another step further, what you said about sustainability, et cetera, we also noticed in South America that the growers there have very little access to water. So what we did is we ended up creating packaging and I guess sizing is the best way to put it, that was more in tune with the growers of South America. So there was way less waste, there was less water being used, and ultimately it just all comes back, in the whole circle of life kind of thing. We like you said, we want to be here 50, 100, 150 years from now. We want to be creating products that are helping people, not hurting the earth. So yeah, we'll stand as high as we can for as long as we can, shouting that to the masses, because that's our thing. So I appreciate the support for sure, man, and we definitely love hearing not only support but feedback from growers who either use our product or are excited to use it. So you fall into that mix now. Thank you.
Hey, yeah, thank you for your time today, too. I don't want to hold you up. I know you said you're a little busy, but thank you for everything and
always
for
busy.
answering the questions today.
Yeah, you bet. Like I said, I didn't want to come off as a jerk or anything else, but it just would have been a lot easier for me to do what we just did. So I'm glad we were able to work some things out. And yeah, like I said, if you have any other things in the future, once our products are available, if you as a grower, as a personal grower, like using our products, once they're available to you, you want to give some feedback, hit me up. We make some swag as well, so if I can get you down a hat or a shirt or something, just to help kind of encourage that support, then I don't mind doing that either.
This your cell phone?
This is, yeah.
I'll text you my information.
Sounds good, Mark.
All right, brother.
All right, take care, man.
Bye.